Okay, you guys cannot come here, go to sleep because it's dark in here. I'm Sandra Jackson Dumont. I am currently the chairman of education at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. We have a really good time there unpacking the art historical canon, and I'd like to say punching tiny little holes in it as well. And I am going to be leaving there to be the director and CEO of a new museum in Los Angeles called the Lucas Museum. So come visit me there. But I too, before we get started, would like to acknowledge the Lenape people, past, present, and future generations, for being good custodians of this land and modeling behavior that we all should find ourselves working within. It is a call to action for us to actually be caretakers and custodians of this space. I'm also happy to see this land acknowledgements starting to make their way in a much more effective way to the East Coast. And so grateful for that. So I'm here to be kind of like your, I was going to say mistress of ceremony, but that just sounds problematic. So I'll just say, how about MC, or familiar face that you'll see throughout the day. I'll tell you things that are coming up. I'll have some commentary. There's some language that is used that I just learned today, like net up. So at the end of each section, I'll come up and kind of highlight key points just to remind everyone like what they heard or kind of my highly opinionated perspective on what was said. And so we'll kind of do that. So again, I'm Sandra. I am daughter of Edie Jackson, who came to California by way of Mississippi. I am friend of many, I hope, and probably problem for many, I'd hope. I'm also here just to make sure that we synthesize things and make it easy for you to participate in this conference. This is a dark room, and how many of you have taken art history before? Okay, so you know how that could go down, right? So, I mean, or film theory. Okay, let's like move it away from art history, film theory. Okay, we know how this can go down. So it all doesn't happen in the light, but at some point it does come to the light, and so we kind of want us to be engaged deeply. So I actually suggested that we do something that is like an impromptu dance party. The reason why I keep taking my glasses off and on, by the way, is because I actually can't read with them, but I also can't see you without them. So an impromptu dance party is, at some point, I have a relationship with Ben back there, who's the like tech guy, and he's just gonna randomly play a song. We won't do it to other speakers, but it'll probably happen impromptuly when I get up. So he'll just, and that means you get up and you dance. So get up. How about a little louder, Ben? Come on. I know my Seattle folks know how to do this because they actually like to party, but it's kind of like a little bit of oh, come on. Yeah, turn up the lights so people can see each other. Can I hear it a little bit? Okay. Ben, you can stop now. Okay, I go to conferences I actually have like limited my conference participation on some levels because I feel like at the very end of every conference is when it really starts to get good. You know what I'm talking about? The last 15 minutes. And you're like, why didn't we start there? And why was everyone kind of like fading in and out and getting up and having side conversations? This is more of a social event than an actual experience of being together. So what the folks from Creative Time have done is actually created a conference that is literally every talk is the last 15 minutes. So make sure you stay in this damn room. I've created this little party moment so we can actually get up and you don't have to feel awkward about getting up and moving. So just embrace it. And I know you grown folks don't do this kind of stuff. You don't want to like party in these kind of intellectual spaces, but we're creating this like intersectional space of partying and intellectual dialogue just for this moment. Okay, so I need to get off stage because there are a couple of things that are coming up, and I just have a few more things to tell you. I will at another moment talk about like this incredible space, and one quick story before they drag me off is the last time I was in this room, I actually saw Max Roach play one cymbal. For those of you who do not know who Max Roach is, you can ask somebody, or Google him. No, I won't say that. So section 1 needs no introduction because all of you should have this. And this is another great thing about this conference. We will not introduce a single person because you can read about them. So we won't waste time doing that, reading this and then having you say it, having you read it again. But the first group of speakers are going to come up and they are going to literally get us started in an amazing way. I will start by saying that James Baldwin, and I quoted him last time I was on this stage, once said that the role of the artist is exactly the role of a lover. If I love you, then I have to make you aware of the things you just do not see. James Baldwin. I often say that to my husband as well.